ET Now told you on Tuesday, June 21st, that the API infra startup Setu would be bought by Pine Labs. That's exactly what has happened. The deal has been announced. Now, Setu, which I told you is an API infrastructure startup, was co-founded in 2018 by Nikhil Kumar as well as Sahil Kini. Urban legend has it that Nandan Nilekani actually locked up Sahil and Nikhil in a room till they figured out what to do together, and that's how Setu started. It started with APIs for billing, for payments, and since then has also got an account aggregator framework. Is also working very closely when it comes to OCEN, which is Open Credit Enablement Network. Joining us now are the two newsmakers, Nikhil as well as Sahil. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much, Nandara.
It's a very, very big day. We promised our viewers we would have the newsmakers with us, which is Nikhil as well as Sahil. Nikhil, I'll come to you first. We had you on the channel just a week ago talking to us about fintech. We keep getting you and Sahil because you guys are such big authorities when it comes to fintech, payments, APIs. But tell me, today is another big day for you. A startup you co-founded, which has been sold. How does it feel? And are you and Sahil going to stay on at Setu?
Thank you so much, Nandara, as always, for having us. It is indeed a big day for us. Both Sahil and I come from similar backgrounds and, worked very hard in life, to get to college, then in our professional careers. Been lucky to work with some great people in our past lives. Starting Setu was for us, to continue on the mission that we set out, which is how do we build infrastructure for 1 billion people in India and enable more financial services to become accessible and affordable. And today's acquisition for us is in some sense a validation of the thesis that we set out to do. So very, very happy as founders for being able to create value for our investors. We'd like to thank Lightspeed. We've been on the show with you along with Harsha. They've been our earliest and biggest believers. Bharat Innovation Fund, who joined us in our seed round, and also Alpha Wave Global, which is called as Falcon Edge before, who were our investors. And in the last 3 years, one of the most fulfilling things for us as founders has been to work with amazing people who've been part of our journey. Would love to thank each one of them for every small thing that they've done for us. And most importantly, our friends and family who've supported us through all the ups and downs to get here. So really a very happy day for both of us, and very happy that we've created value for all the stakeholders involved, and looking forward to continue to build. We have not, we're probably like, it's cliche, but we're just 1% done. There is so much to do and so much to build in India. I don't think there is any other market or country more exciting than India right now to build infrastructure for. Sahil and I will continue to be here, continue to build. Nothing changes as far as the company and our plans to build for India is concerned.
Build for India plan does not change. I'd like to inform our viewers that these two gentlemen come from very humble beginnings. They've been involved with a lot of things that you and I use every day, whether it's IndiaStack, making UPI a reality. Then they founded this startup, which they have now sold to the mighty Pine Labs. Sahil, your press release is quiet on the valuations. Nikhil has thanked all the investors who have been part of this journey. Tell me, can you share with us the deal size, at what valuation Setu was sold?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a 100% acquisition, and the deal valuation was between 70 to 75 million. It was a mix of cash and equity, and we're very happy to say that over between 20 and 30 Setu employees had an outcome of more than 1 crore, and that's something that we are very, very proud of. And the best part of all of this is once the acquisition and now that the acquisition has gone through, we still retain our identity. You asked a very important question. Will Nikhil and I stay on? We definitely will, as will the rest of the team. We're very proud to say as a part of this, our business continues. All our customers who spent so much time and given us so much trust and love over the last few years, we will continue to serve them. So it's actually the best kind of outcome for a founder, where you have a value creation event for everyone involved, and at the same time you get to keep serving and keep building on the mission that we set out to do. Can't ask for more. It's one of those very special days for us.
Nikhil, rumor has it, and since ET now broke the story, we've been speaking to people. Is it true that Pine Labs had to outbid PhonePe for Setu? Why was Pine Labs so keen on Setu?
Comment on who were part of the process, but we did have a lot of love from the ecosystem, and we did speak to a bunch of people. We've known Amrish for quite some time. I'd met Amrish back in 2018. He's one of those seasoned fintech leaders who's kind of seen it all the way from building ATMs to POS payments to digital payments and everything else. Earlier this year when we met him, we had this instant connection, and he was one of those leaders who really got it. He got what we were doing. He saw the vision which Sahil and I set out to build, and ever since he's actually been giving us so much energy to continue to build and do so much more. From a Pine Labs perspective, they've been pioneers in digital payments for a long time. They did enable, they own a large market share in, POS today. They've also forayed into digital payments with Plural, which is, growing significantly over the last 1 year. They're poised to become one of the largest payment gateways very soon. They've also diversified into multiple areas with acquisitions like Fave, Quicksilver, and, QFix and so on. I think, the next 5 to 10 years, we believe that open banking and embedded finance will play a very, very major role in shaping the financial services landscape. I guess, as Amrish was saying that, there's no chance if you want to build the largest fintech in India, it is hard to ignore the movement around APIs and the revolution that it's creating in the financial services landscape. So it's one of those strategic bets for the future on where the world is headed, and we can't be more excited to be working together and co-create this future.
Right. Yes, there's a lot of conversation. Pine Labs, which has ambitions of listing on Wall Street, Nasdaq to be precise, is IPO bound, wants to foray into financial services. The synergies are of course obvious when it comes to the account aggregator framework as well. And Sahil, can I ask you very crudely, is that what Pine Labs really wanted? Account aggregator framework, the other APIs that you're also working with, the work that has been done with OCEN, so you can stack up credit also?
That's a great question, Nandan. And I think the answer lies in the fact that Setu has always been a multi-product company, because we've always believed that you need to build building blocks across payments, across data, and across accounts and account opening to actually drive financial inclusion. I mean, financial inclusion at the end of the day boils down to opening more accounts, be it loan accounts, be it insurance policies, be it current and savings accounts. And more Indians need access to this. Lakshmi belongs in every home. That was our mission throughout, and to be able to deliver that through the entire Pine Labs network is the reason why I think we were such an attractive proposition for them. And for us, it made sense because whenever you're building connecting infrastructure, you always need an anchor either on the supply side, on the demand, or on the demand side. And we've done very well building some fantastic banking partnerships, but to have the kind of merchant distribution network that Pine Labs has at our disposal to be able to deploy our products on that network, while of course continuing to serve the rest of the ecosystem, that I think is the rationale for the overall deal from both ends. Account aggregator and the work that we'll do on that will be a large part of that, yes. But I think it would be an injustice to all the other work that we've done, be it in fixed deposits, or we're the first people in the world to have done end-to-end loan disbursals on WhatsApp. We're the first people in the world to have powered FDs on a third-party application through an API. All of these industry firsts are things that we work very hard to kind of create. And now we are super excited to kind of explore that out into the ecosystem with the with the support of our parent company.
Nikhil, I saw that, I think it was 4th of June, you tweeted saying Setu is hiring. This is a time when most startups, let's face it, a lot of the startups are doing mass layoffs. There's so much gloom and doom out there. So first up, why is Setu being the contrarian here, hiring? And secondly, post the Pine Labs acquisition, is the hiring still going to happen?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that many of our friends who are running companies had to get into this efficiency mode. One of the things that we've been super proud of, as a company is we've actually always had this principle of frugality of being able to do more with less. Setu is just a 90% company, and within this, we've built so much of infrastructure with very, very small teams. And we continue to do so. In the last 3 years, we've had the compounding tools that enable us to build new products, new services much faster. And we've learned from every new integration, every new partnership that we have done, where we've been able to do a lot more. With the acquisition, whether the acquisition was going through or the other way around, we were anyway well set up to continue to build more. We've always, planned our hiring very, very conservatively. And, it was just timing for us that, this was one of those growth phases for us as a company where all our products are firing on all ends. On PVPS, we're one of the leaders in the market today, enabling bill payments. If you're paying bill payments in Delhi, it is going through, Setu's rails today. You may not know this in the front end, but, these are all the things that we do behind the scenes. So all of our products are firing extremely well. And, we waited for our products to mature, have the right product market fit. And, and this growth requires us to have the right set of people. So we continue to hire. With the partnership, Pine Labs is one of those financial services company, probably the most stable company in terms of financials in the fintech industry in the country today. They've been EBITDA positive for a long time. They've also raised a lot of capital. So, there is no dearth of capital for us. So we will continue to build. In fact, the whole acquisition for us is, a whole new bolder and a fearless Setu 2.0. And as always, we're looking for amazing people to come and join us in this journey. So we are hiring across all functions, product, sales, marketing, and engineering in the company. I can't thank enough, our stars and, all the people who have blessed us that we are in this position. This is one of those times where everybody, when they're going through these challenges, the acquisition has not resulted in a single layoff. Every person in the company, every Setuzen in the company had ESOPs. Everyone has benefited from it. We will continue to hire and, build the company as we go forward.
And if I may add as a shameless plug, if you're an engineer or a product manager or anybody watching this, please join us. We're hiring, and the mission continues. It's a company that has always cared about the infrastructure of this country. Come build with us.
So, Nikhil, how many times did you and Sahil fight since 2018? And who won those fights? How was it decided?
Many times, starting up is a bit like starting a family, right? So we did have our fair share of, disagreements like every other founder. There were a lot of hard challenges that we went through. Early on when we started Setu, around that year, I actually lost my mother. It was one of my hardest times. And, I was very lucky to have Sahil around to support me, my family and everybody around. It's actually a breather for both of us to be here because the weight that we were carrying around, in building a company, taking it to somewhere, there's one thing about being valued by investors. There's one thing about being valued by somebody with real money and, paying a price for it. So it's a great validation for all the hard work that, the team has put in. We've been blessed to have amazing, incredible people who've been with us, who built with us. Many of them have left Setu, even though we are a 3-year-old company, I think like there are at least 4 or 5 startups that have come out of Setu. We're very proud of all of them, and and continue to support all of them. And we look forward to having more such people come with us and build. Um, and as always, good things come when we work hard. And it's today's one such day for us.
You guys can have a career in politics also. Me in New Delhi, I'm telling you. So tell me, I'm having fun now. It's a good day, it's a big day. It's also important to have lighter moments, right? So Sahil, no such big fights happened that you had to go to Nandan Nilekani for mediation? None of that happened?
No, look, I think like Nikhil said, we always have we've had disagreements, and that's what happens when you have two very capable people with strong points of view, and that's why you kind of partner with the kind of people that you do. And I think we were richer for it. It's conflict can often lead to surprisingly out of the box outcomes, and so I've always been grateful for that kind of relationship that we've had. And at the same time, there is a foundation of friendship and trust that sees us through any conflict that we might have. And obviously, we will go and meet people who we both mutually respect whenever we have a disagreement. That is how mature adults handle these kind of conversations. But I don't think it is any different from what any kind of large scale startup or a startup that is on this journey, right? There are so many ups and downs, so many decisions to be made. I know so many founder friends of mine who have very wonderful variations of this kind of a relationship. So I think it's like marriage, and like my dad told me, every marriage has its good years and its bad years, and that's just the case regardless of what you're in. But we're so grateful to be sitting here today to say that we have our company where we've created this value, and now we're part of such a large company that has created so much impact. And Nikhil, we have to start saying we now for Pine Labs. We can't say they. So we have a large merchant network. We we have all of this now. So that's nice. That's a really nice place for us to be.
We have ESOPs that for the Nasdaq IPO will come in handy.
Where are those engineers? Please come.
No comments on the IPO
though.
Okay, final question. Whichever one of you want to take it, or if both of you want to take it, but quickly since we're running out of time, what would you say has been the best moment for both of you at Setu?
Oh, it'll be interesting to know what's your, Sahil.
I think for me, there've been so many moments. I think the best moment when I think about it was when after 18 months of building, we were able to do our first transaction. And there's always a bit of Boni is special for any businessman. Boni, if you say the word Boni, that it's an emotional moment for anybody who's built a business. And that Boni took 18 months for us to get there. And it was a Thursday night. I think it was Vinay's birthday. We were having a quiet drink because lockdown had just come, and the first transaction went through the system. And we have this tradition of ringing a bell in the office whenever something nice happens. So even though it was like 8:30 at night, nobody was coming back to the office because the lockdown had been declared. It was that night we went to our main bay and we rang the bell to an empty office, and it felt nice. That's something that really sticks out in my memory. Hopefully to many crores more in the future.
Nikhil, roger that. Same one for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think distinctively that's the first go live is always very memorable, especially after all the hardship that we went through in the first year. I think another recent memory for me has been that we realized very quietly in the last couple of years we've been building on the Bharat Bill payment system. We're very close to being, number one on the platform. We took a bet very early on, and we've been able to pioneer a lot of the new categories and stuff. So looking forward to having market leadership on many such things, not just on BBPS but on OCEN, on ONDC, and account aggregator, eSign, and everything else. So looking forward to probably come back and report to you in a couple of years on these things as well.
No, I have a feeling I'll have you both back on the channel much before that, because we are waiting for the RBI's digital lending framework. So, gentlemen, the date's announced. I hope you both will be back on ET now to explain the impact of it to our viewers, whether they're users or startup founders and employees. But till then, I hope you have big plans for tonight. It's a big, big day for both of you, for the entire team at Setu. Thank you for giving us a little bit of time on your big day.
Thank you so much, Nandan.